After going bankrupt, David began donating sperm under a fake name to make a living. In just 2 years, he donated a total of 533 times, and now the real story is only just beginning. 20 years later, the results of those donations stood right in front of him. All of the children were now grown up. They gathered together and sued David in court. They wanted answers. They wanted to know the truth, who the mysterious donor really was. David's friend, who worked as a lawyer, handed him a large bag. Inside were 533 files, each containing the story of one life. David picked one file at random. It told the story of a gentle and innocent young man. After reading it, David went to a bar and pretended to be an ordinary customer. The young man was very smart, charming, confident, and dreamed of becoming an actor. However, on that same day, he had an audition, and his boss refused to let him leave. Without hesitation, David placed his car keys into the young man's hand. "Go chase your dream," he said, then stood behind the counter to take his place. The boss came out, saw a stranger running the shop, and immediately fired the young man, but he passed the audition. The next file was about a struggling singer. The audience was tiny, there were no tips at all, and his confidence was beginning to crumble. Suddenly, David stood up and clapped loudly. He cheered for him, and others soon followed. The tips increased. The atmosphere changed, and the young man began to believe in himself again. Then there was a file about his daughter, a model who was being treated badly during a photo shoot. David immediately rushed in and stood between her and the man who was trying to harass her, stopping him. No one knew who David was, and he didn't care. Then one file took his breath away, the story of a young man with cerebral palsy. David went to find him quietly. He walked with him, fed him, and sat with him under the sunlight. There were no cameras and no fame, only his presence. As he was about to leave, the caregiver said, "You are truly a good person." For the first time, David realized how beautiful it was to be a father.